So we're here at CAT, and I'm very excited to be talking to Jeff, who was on the panel, and he shared so much great information. We will be showing some of that footage later, but right now he's going to just give us an encapsulation of what he sees as the trends going on in the marketplace.
Sure, absolutely. The trends that I enjoy following most have to do with, well, the things that I love, and I love the idea that more and more often people are developing entertainment content or advertising content that is rich and deep. They are building this content in such a way that the content performs in different ways across different media platforms. The term that we use for that is transmedia narrative or transmedia storytelling. So the narrative can be born on one media platform like a television commercial and yet somehow become a website or an app on a mobile phone, and you can enjoy aspects of this story world in different ways, and it could be branded or sponsored, and that's great, that's fine.
And you did show a very interesting example of that with what Coke did, correct?
Coca-Cola's Happiness Factory. Yes, I loved working on that implementation. This is a commercial created by Wyden and Kennedy and animated by PSYOP. And my company, Starlight Runner, got to help Coca-Cola by taking the world that was depicted in that original commercial and building it out so that it is even richer and wider and can play more powerfully across these different media outlets and channels.
And is there any, to your knowledge, do you know if they're going to also do some cross-merchandising and introducing new products that are taken from that imaginary world that you replicated so wonderfully?
Well, it was so compelling that I believe it led into the entire Open Happiness campaign. Happiness Factory started in the Coke Side of Life campaign, and now it's Open Happiness with a record by CeeLo, Open Happiness, and all of the wonderful new commercials and things. So it has emerged into kind of new and wonderful way of thinking for Coca-Cola that flows across different media platforms in a much more natural and interactive way.
I guess the biggest challenge that I see is, I mean, you know, it's great to see what the big boys are doing, but in a lot of other people that are looking at this is to learn these from what they're doing and then have it trickle down to the entrepreneurial stage. What tools could they possibly adopt to do the same thing on a very limited budget?
Absolutely. The beauty of this kind of technique is that it doesn't necessarily cost a fortune. Obviously, Coca-Cola spent a lot of money, but for us as entrepreneurs, what we can think about first is what is our message? What is the essence of the brand that we're trying to convey? Whether that is a product or a service, or it's a story and an entertainment product. And once you have its identity solid in your mind, you can then begin to play with different manifestations of it inexpensively across different media. You can create a comic book, which is a relatively inexpensive thing to do. You can create a social media implementation where characters or advocates of the product are beginning a dialogue with people out there. That doesn't cost an enormous amount of money. The invitation of user-generated content. Hey, here's this notion. Here's what I'd love to see from you. Express yourself, and I will reward you by talking about your stuff and what you have to say about this. Well, suddenly you have a lot of people having fun and helping you to explore aspects of this brand.
Great ideas. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and for showing us some of the work that you've done. It's been awesome.
Thank you. Thank you so much.